Students, in the last class, we discussed about the polar and non-polar covalent bond, and hence we come to the conclusion that the molecule can be either a polar molecule or it can be a non-polar molecule. Today, we are going to discuss that ionic bond is the extreme case of the polarity of the covalent bond, right? Generally, the covalent bond is formed by the sharing of electron. When the sharing of electron takes place between the two atoms in which the electronegativity difference between these atoms exceeds, right? It exceeds or become maximum, then what will happen? The one of the atom will be in great possession of that shared electron pair, and hence an ionic bond will be the outcome, right? So an ionic bond is the extreme case of the polarity of a covalent bond. Now students, the polarity of a covalent bond can be measured with the help of the dipole moment. So what is a dipole moment? It is the, we can say, it is a measure of the polarity of a bond, right? And numerically, it is the product of the magnitude of the charge, which can be either a positive or a negative, and the distance of separation between them, right? So today students, we are going to discuss about the dipole moment, which gives us the measure of the polarity of a bond. So what is a dipole moment? First is, it is the measure of polarity of a covalent bond. So if greater is the magnitude of dipole movement, greater is going to be the polarity of that particular bond, right? And numerically we can say that it is defined as the product of magnitude of charge, which can be either a positive or a negative charge, and the distance of separation between the charges. It is denoted by students mu, which will be equal to q into d. So this is the dipole moment mu. This is the charge, the magnitude of the charge, and this is the distance of separation between them, between the charges. Right? Here the charge q is expressed in the order of 10 is to power minus 10 ESU, and d is expressed in the order of 10 is to power minus 8 centimeter, right? So here the magnitude of q will be expressed in the order 10 is to power minus 10 ESU, and the distance will be expressed in term of the order 10 is to power minus 8 centimeter. So hence, if you just get it placed, it will be equal to 10 is to power minus 18 ESU centimeter. And student, instead of this, you can write down D, that is the debit, right? It is the unit of SI unit of the, we can say the popular better to say popular unit of the magnetic of the dipole moment, right? So dipole moment is expressed in the term of debye, that is ESU centimeter, 10 is to power minus 18 ESU centimeter. Right. Now, as I said, that dipole moment help us to just measure the magnitude of the polarity of bond. Right. And here through the example, we will try to understand that how does the dipole moment is going to help us to find out the polarity of the bond. Right. Now students, we will just try to find here that the dipole moment of a diatomic molecule and a polyatomic molecule. Right. Now let's take the first example of a diatomic molecule. Now friends, here this is hydrogen fluoride HF, right? And you will easily see here that this covalent bond is a polar covalent bond. Why? Because here on the one end we have got more electronegative element. So what will happen, students? The shared electron pair between these two atoms will no more remain in between them. It will be more, we can say, bent or bent toward the fluorine atom. As a result, what will happen? It will get a partial negative charge, and this is going to be getting a partial positive charge. Right? Now, this is the charges which we are talking about, that mu equals to q into d. Right? And these charges, they are of same magnitude, but they are of opposite sign, right? So the Q is the charge, either it is del positive or it is del negative. These charges are of same magnitude but only of opposite sign, right? And the distance of separation is going to be in between these two, right students? Now here, how we will indicate the dipole moment here? So dipole moment is indicated by an arrow, right? And this arrow will be indicated in this way. The arrowhead will point toward the more electronegative element, which shows that the electron cloud is more bent or more dislocated toward the electronegative element. And then this bar will be there toward the less electronegative element. Right? This is a diatomic molecule, and here we have expressed how to represent the dipole moment in a molecule. Now student, if we just write another molecule here, this is HCl. Here also same, the dipole moment will be toward the chlorine. It is partial negative, this is again the partial positive. Hi, same way, this is partial positive, this is partial negative. Here also partial positive, this is partial negative. Now I have written, if you just see that I have written the hydrides of the halogen family: fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Now if you want to compare the dipole moment of these elements, now student, which will have the maximum magnitude of the dipole moment. So how we are going to find it out, right? So here the question is, which has got maximum dipole moment and hence more polarity. So you can see that hydrogen is common in all. So we are going to just compare the halogens, and since the dipole moment is related with the charge separation, and that charge separation is taking place because of the electronegativity difference, right students? So here you will just see that which element is more electronegative in nature. So they are the elements of the same group, and you know that fluorine is the first member of the halogen family, fluorine, and it is smallest in size, so it is going to have highest electronegativity. So hence the charge separation will be maximum in HF, HCl, HBr, and least is in HI. So hence the maximum dipole moment will be where it will be in HF, right? And hence the polarity of the molecule is going to be maximum in HF, right? Now the second we are taking the poly example of polyatomic molecule. Now students, when it is a polyatomic molecule, what does it mean? It means that it has got more than one polar covalent bond, right? It can be two, it can be three, right? So here there will be number of polar covalent bond is more than one. So let's take example of water here. It's H2O, right students? So in water we have got two polar covalent bond. One is O dash H and another is also O dash H, right? So in water, let me rub the board first. So it will. So when we will draw the structure of water molecule, so since water H2O has got how many total electron pair students? There are two. Here you can see this is one bond pair, this is another bond pair, two bond pair, and oxygen has got two lone pair. So that means total we have four electron pair. But since it is having two lone pair, the shape will not remain regular, it will get distorted and it will change to the pyramidal shape so that there is minimum repulsion, right? Or we can say here we are getting, sorry, here it's not a pyramidal V or a bend shape, so that is a minimum repulsion, right? So here we have got the lone pair. So here students, OH and OH, right? So here if we are just, let us first draw the dipole moment of the two OH bond, right? So here what is the direction of the dipole moment? It will be toward the more electronegative element, that means it will be in this way, right? And the lone pair, so this is also to be remembered that a lone pair also add to the dipole moment. Lone pair also has got a dipole moment, right? So the lone pair dipole moment will be toward upward direction. The two lone pairs on the oxygen atom will also show the dipole moment, right? And here the resultant dipole moment of two OH molecule will be also toward the upward direction. So it will add to the resultant dipole moment will be in the direction of that of the lone pair, and the magnitude of dipole moment of water is 1.84 W, right? So students, dipole moment, it is a vector quantity which has got the direction as well as the magnitude also. In the same way, we can draw the structure of the ammonia molecule also. So here it is nitrogen, this is hydrogen, another hydrogen, and this is another hydrogen. Again, it has got four electron, ammonia also has got four electron pair total. Among these, three other bond pair and one is the lone pair. So expected shape was to be a tetrahedral but distorted due to the presence of the lone pair, and it is pyramidal in shape. Right? Now the direction of the dipole moment of the 3NH bond, it is in this way toward the nitrogen atom, which is more electronegative, right? This is in this way. So the resultant dipole moment will be in the upward direction, right? As well as nitrogen also has got a lone pair, it has got a one lone pair, and that lone pair also will contribute toward the dipole moment, and hence the resultant dipole moment will get added up, right? Dipole moment of the lone pair and that of the resultant dipole moment of the 3NH bond, and the magnitude of ammonia dipole moment of ammonia is 1.47 dB, right? So that is about the dipole moment of the polyatomic molecule. We have taken few cases, right?